Now let's go to the second part, Shlok 30, which we've already chanted. There are still others. So we have done, others have done pranayam. There are still others given to the practice of pranayam who have regulated their diet and controlled the processes of exhalation and inhalation both. So doing pranayam along with regulating the diet, what do? They pour their vital airs into the vital airs themselves. Little difficult to understand like that. All these have their sins consumed away by sacrifice, means by yagna, and understand the meaning of sacrificial worship. Okay. Little confusing because the translation is in English where these concepts don't even exist. Let's do the meanings. Apare, again, same thing. Others. What do others do? Niyat ahara, regulate their food. So by regulating their food, what do? Juvati, offer. Pranan, they offer their life force. Praneshu, into life force itself. I will explain, don't worry, I'll explain. Sarve api, all of them. Who them? Yagya vido, who are knowers of the sacrifice, who have understood this yagna. What happens to them? Yagya kshapita kalmashaha. They have their sins destroyed because of these yagnas. Their sins can be destroyed. Sins destroyed means promotion on the spiritual ladder. Okay. All right. So this is sadhana number 12. We can call it Deha Yagna because it has effect on the body by regulating the diet. So generally, when we talk about regulating the diet, Nitya Ahar, what does it mean? People will say, okay, I will cut the calories. They will say, I will eat sattvic food. They will say, I will control my food so I can look good. I will lose some weight. I will, some will also say that I will do it like a tapas. So there are many ways that people talk about Nitya Ahar. There are 7 factors to be considered to do this sadhana properly. Regulating the diet in 7 different ways. What are they? Quantity, quality, technique of eating, how to eat, the source of your diet, from where the food is coming, the preparation of the food, the bhav that you are feeling while eating, and the timing of eating. All these you have to consider. Not just that the calories should be less or that the oil you're using should be less or the sugar should be less. Not that. That all is there. Quantity. Let's talk about quantity first. How much should you eat? Eat enough that half your stomach is filled with solid food. Just half, huh? How big is your stomach? The size of your fist. It can stretch to that much also. But we don't want to stretch it and say this much is half going to be filled with solid. Only how much you can fill, means half your appetite you should be with solid food. Then quarter appetite, whatever, with liquid. And quarter empty. Why empty? In the washing machine, you put all too many clothes, they will not go round and round, right? They need some space also to do the grinding and all the different. The food needs to be broken down in the stomach. So for that, you need some space for it to go round and round. So the quantity you know, now you should check how much quantity do you eat and see if you can adjust that quantity. So only half your stomach is filled with solids, okay? Quality, of course, sattvic food. It goes without saying, and we have done many times what constitutes sattvic food. So I'm not going to go into here. So no rajasic food, no tamasic food, because it definitely has an effect first and foremost on your mind. Rajasic food makes you very, overactive also, and tamasic food will make you sleep immediately. Now, interestingly, there is no mention of whether you should eat vegetarian food or non-vegetarian food in the Shastras. I wonder why that is. Would you know why it is? Because it is not meant to be eaten. You're not meant to eat dead flesh of dead animals, okay? So therefore, it is common sense that you don't eat non-vegetarian food, okay? Another important thing of the quality should be that you eat local produce, because local produce will be fresh. I mean, we eat a lot of, nowadays in the shops, you get a lot of exotic foods, and they have come, something has come from America, something has come from New Zealand, something has come from Australia. Can you imagine when that thing must have been growing? When must they have plucked it? What must they have put inside as preservative to keep it till it comes here? I mean, it is not, and besides that, that produce which is coming from so far away is meant for the body of those people. Our produce is meant for us. So we need to take care of that. All right. Technique of eating. Eat slowly. Don't be in a hurry. Chew your food. Masticate your food slowly. Why? Because the first part of digestion happens in the mouth with the saliva. The saliva has enzymes which break down the food. So if you don't allow it to be in the mouth sufficiently long, you are sending food into the stomach, which is not digested in the saliva process. So it will remain undigested in the stomach. Another thing, eat silently. We do so much of jabbering and chattering while eating that is completely contradicted in the Vedas. There is a specific instruction to eat silently. In fact, I had been to one ashram in Dharampur to give workshops. So there in the dining area, no one is allowed to talk. You're not allowed to talk. Even the servers will offer, and you also have to accept silently. So in that, and it's very peaceful. When you are giving attention to your food, you may be saying a mantra in your mind while eating. And you should, why not? You should say a mantra while eating. All right. Source of the food, from where is it come? Is it come dharmically? Is it coming adharmically? What is adharmic? Means you have cheated someone and taken the food. You have snatched somebody else's share. It is stolen food. Rare, but it is worth finding out from where it has come. From which kind of kitchen, from what is the source of your food. Most important now, this step is the preparation of the food. Who is cooking your food? Very important. What is the guna of the person who's cooking the food? It is definitely getting transmitted into the food. Even if I am cooking the food and my mood at that moment is rajasic, I will be passing on rajasic elements into the food. Tamasic, sattvic, whatever is the guna of the person while cooking. Is the food that you're eating being commercially prepared? If it is being commercially prepared, let's say in a hotel or something, they are preparing food for what reason? to make money. So will they cut corners? Of course, there may be hotels where they don't do that, but that is something for you to check. That is something for you to check. Is someone cooking the food just because they are getting a salary to cook? If they're just getting a salary to cook, then they may do it grudgingly. They may do it tamasically. So you need to check that. So have your food cooked by someone who's cooking in Karma Yoga Bhav. Karma Yoga Bhav means it's my duty to cook. And therefore, I must do my duty well. Karma Yoga Bhav. No Karta Bhav, no Bhokta Bhav. The person will prepare out of love, or are they preparing grudgingly? These are things you need to probably pay a little attention to. Acha, what is the environment, the kind of kitchen in which it is being prepared? Is non-vegetarian food being prepared side by side? That is also not ideal, because no matter how careful you are, the spoon will go from non-vegetarian food into vegetarian food, the knife, the chopping board, all these things are things which you need to just be a little alert about. So preparation. Bhava. What is your bhav while eating? Bhav while eating, because when you take the food and you put it in the mouth, that food is the ahuti. That ahuti you're giving oblation into the Agni Dev, who is in your stomach. So the havan is happening inside. So what is the bhav? Are you giving it respectfully? Are you eating with the bhav of yagna? Or are you eating while watching TV, checking your mobile, WhatsApp, seeing some, all kinds of reading a book, God knows what are people do. What are the thoughts in your mind? Negative thoughts or positive thoughts? Are you fighting with someone while eating? That also people do. While eating only they are fighting. Or they are worried. Or they are conducting business while eating. All these things. See how subtle it is to keep the mind in a sattvic condition. Time of eating. You must have fixed timings. If you have fixed timings, the body also gets into the rhythm, knows that this is time for digestion. It does not have to wait hours and hours away from your regular time, because then you're going to produce acid. Then you're going to get dis-ease, okay? So eat regularly, and of course, keep enough time between your last meal and your bedtime, because the food needs to get digested before all your systems are going to slow down at bedtime. So your digestion will also slow down. Digestion slows down, that means undigested food remains in the stomach. When undigested food remains in the stomach, it is called am. And am is what causes pains in the body. So we need to not have am in the body. So this is what is Nitya Ahar, the regulation of diet. All these things have to be paid attention to. And eating is one of the very useful sadhanas. This eating sadhana is very useful, because in every single thought process, in every single belief system, different religions also, they have given a lot of importance to fasting. So in Sanatan Dharma, we fast on Ekadashi, we fast on Shivratri, we fast in Navratri. All these are all ways in which we regulate the diet, we give the digestive system rest, we use the diet to be more sattvic in our thought process. So Paryushan is there in Jainism. In Christianity, there's Lent. In Judaism, there's Yom Kippur, I think that's what it's called. Okay, Islam also has Ramzan. So very important. Main benefits of fasting are what? You're giving rest to your digestive system. Otherwise, your digestive system is working. Continuous means in one day only Continuously it's working. So no rest at all. And energy is not wasted in the digestive process. So when in Navratri, you have to do so many, other sadhanas, you don't want to waste your energy in eating and digesting. Okay. And of course, the most important thing is your mind remains stable. Your mind remains sattvic. But we know, when there are upvas days, we eat more, because all delicious foods are made with ghee and nuts and this and that. And in fact, we eat more. So that is not a yagna, by the way. That is not a yagna. Exotic dishes. Let's find new recipes. Let's find some new way of making sama, new way of rajgira, new way of this and that. So eat less, basically eat less. Fasting is for eating less, and that is the yagna. Then Bhagavan says, pranan praneshu juvati, meaning offering all our pranas to prana itself. What does that mean? Now, different pranas, we have just said, have different functions. One is perception, one is excretion, one is digestion, etc. And they affect different parts of the body. What this says is that when you have mastered one vayu, let's say you have mastered digestion, let's say you have mastered the vayu in charge of perception, you have mastered one function, then all the others also get mastered along with that. So you have that one vayu is getting merged with all the other pranas. So one by one, all will get, you need to master one. Then other functions will also start getting mastered and merged. Okay. Now, what's the benefit of all this pranayama and all? Sarve pietes yagya vido yagyaksha pita kalmashaha. Now we are coming to the conclusion of all 12 sadhanas, not just nitya ahar. So this is the last shloka where different sadhanas are given. Those who know this knowledge, which knowledge? Knowledge of the yagnas. If you know this knowledge, what will happen? Your sins will get eliminated. How is that? How does that happen? So see, there are impurities in the antakaran, which we have carried for so many different lifetimes. So one by one, by the yagnas, these impurities start getting eliminated. Okay, so the antakaran gets purified. And I've said many times, sadhanas are there for what? Cleaning out the antakaran. When the impurities start getting purified out of the system, your vasanas become less. Vasanas is the main cause of rebirth. So the vasanas start getting wiped out. Okay. By which yagna? You will ask me immediately, I want my vasanas to go. Which yagna should I do? Which sadhana should I do? That your guru will tell you. Okay. It is systematically done. In the evening we do sadhana panchakam. There also, again and again, I keep emphasizing, it has to be done sequentially. You cannot just jump to the last one. And all the yagnas, whatever the guru recommends, whatever yagna you are doing, it should be done with no karta bhav, no bhokta bhav. You cannot take any pride. Oh, I did fasting for 10 days. People, they have functions for that. So then that doesn't work for that. Complete samarpan bhav is required. Complete samarpan bhav. Okay. Now another danger is there, sometimes sadhaks, because we are doing sadhanas, we are sadhaks, they believe they have mastered one sadhana, let's say, they have got very good results. So they think this is the best sadhana and all other sadhanas are useless. So they go on recommending, my sadhana is the best. The other one will say, no, my sadhana is the best. Like this, the arguments are starting. So this is not correct. All sadhanas are correct. All sadhanas are useful for you, particularly for you. So you cannot say that, only this medicine, the doctor will go prescribe one medicine. No. My friend said the other medicine is better. No, for you, this medicine is what is going to work. Okay. So that is why now here, Bhagwan has given 12 sadhanas. Bhagwan has given 12 yagnas to Arjun, and through Arjun, of course, to us also, to make us understand there are large variety of yagnas, and what suits you will be prescribed by the Guru. Okay. And does it mean that there are only 12 yagnas? No. These are only 12 given by Bhagwan as an example. If you go to the Vedas, they are filled with yagnas. So there are many more. You have to do what is recommended by your Guru. Do it with faith. Do it with determination. Don't give up till you have mastered it. Of course, the best is when you are living with the Guru, then 24 hours you will be in some yagna or the other. Okay. So that takes care of our 12 yagnas, and that is the main thrust of these particular shlokas. Let's go to 31.